Welcome to the introductory episode of the AI Adoption Podcast. Artificial intelligence is going to affect everyone, everywhere, right now. I've designed this podcast for leaders, decision makers, and managers, as well as workers who are navigating the exciting, complex, and quite frankly, sometimes daunting world of planning and implementing artificial intelligence. But this podcast is also for members of the public who are central to the longer-term adoption of AI. I'm Professor Ashley Braganza, your host, and over the course of this series, I'll be joined by experts from across industries, academia, and government to discuss practical steps you need to consider to ensure that AI delivers real value for you, your team, your organization, and the ecosystem in which you compete, while managing risks effectively. AI is not just a trend, it's a transformative force already reshaping industries, workplaces, and economies. Whether you're in the boardroom of a multinational, leading a public sector organization, or managing a team in the third sector, AI will impact the way in which you work, make decisions, and interact with customers and stakeholders. That's why this podcast exists, to provide you with the knowledge, insights, and real-world examples to help you make AI work for your organization. Equally, I want to challenge how you think about AI. Before we go any further and get into the conversations that are going to follow, let me introduce myself. I'm Professor Ashley Braganza, and I have dedicated my career to understanding and shaping the future of business transformation as a professor of business transformation at Brunel Business School and founder and director of the Center for AI. I've spent years researching how different waves of technology, of which AI is the most recent, is changing the way organizations operate, innovate, and compete. When I established the Center in 2018, I set out our mission to understand the deeper effects of AI at the levels of society, organizations, and individuals. And we bridge the gap between cutting-edge AI research and real-world business applications. We work closely with industry leaders, policymakers, and academics to develop frameworks and strategies that can help organizations implement AI successfully, while ensuring ethical considerations are at the forefront of adoption. Over the years, I've worked with businesses across various sections, from financial services and healthcare to manufacturing and the public sector, helping them to understand how technologies such as AI can drive efficiency, improve decision-making, and create new opportunities. AI adoption is not just about technology. It's about leadership, change management, organization culture, and taking a strategic approach to integration. And this podcast is really an extension of that work. It's a space where we will unpack the complexities of AI adoption, discuss best practices, and hear from experts who are shaping AI's future. So whether you're an executive looking to craft an AI strategy or a team leader wondering how AI will impact your workforce, or an employee working for an organization, you will find valuable insights through this podcast. So why does AI adoption matter now? AI is not a technology of the future. It's the technology of today. Governments around the world are setting policies to accelerate responsible AI adoption. Here in the UK, the AI Action Plan and the government's response outlines the steps for making the UK a global leader in AI innovation, while ensuring safety, ethics, and inclusivity. This means AI is not just for tech firms. It's for financial services, healthcare, manufacturing, logistics, retail, and even public services. the government is investing heavily in AI skills development, regulatory frameworks, and infrastructure, which means now is the time for leaders like you to take AI adoption seriously. Yet AI adoption is challenging. First, what exactly do we mean by adoption? According to a report from the US Federal Reserve Bank, surveys of workers show that between 20 and 40% of workers are using AI in the workplace, with much higher rates in some occupations like computer programming. But if you scratch under the surface, not just in the US, but also in the UK and elsewhere, workers are using generative AI to support them in their day-to-day activities. Here in the UK, the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology's Responsible Technology Adoption Unit has conducted a survey that provides invaluable insights into public attitudes towards data and AI. Their most recent findings, published in December 24, suggest that the public are aware of AI being used in many transactions that they encounter in their day-to-day lives. They continue to have concerns nonetheless about how that data is being used, and quite frankly, trust levels are quite low. According to DCIT's survey, the NHS is the most trusted organisation, with 85% of UK adults believing it will act in the public's best interest. In contrast, social media companies and the government are less trusted at 33% and 38% respectively. Yet trust and public confidence are critical to AI adoption. And we can see AI in action in just about every sector. Because like it or not, AI is already making a difference across industries. So let me take a quick look at some examples. In healthcare, the NHS has been leveraging AI for early diagnosis of diseases. Companies like DeepMind, which are part of Google, have worked on AI models that can detect eye diseases and predict patient deterioration, helping doctors make earlier interventions and better decisions. In financial services, we see banks such as HSBC and Barclays using AI-powered fraud detection to identify suspicious transactions in real time, reducing financial crime while improving customer experience. In the retail and customer experience sector, Ocado, the online supermarket, uses AI-driven warehouse automation and predictive analytics to optimize stock management and delivery routes. And in the public sector and in local government, AI-driven chatbots and virtual assistants are being deployed by local councils to improve citizen services, handling routine inquiries efficiently and freeing up human staff to deal with more complex issues. And in manufacturing and logistics, Rolls-Royce, for instance, uses AI to predict when aircraft engines need maintenance, reducing downtime and improving their operational efficiency. These are just a few examples. And over the course of the podcasts, over the course of the series, I will be looking at greater detail and many more examples as we proceed. So what can you expect from this podcast? What I'd like to do in this podcast is bring a big dose of reality in relation to AI adoption. So through each episode, I will be looking to tackle some of the themes related to planning and implementing AI. This includes looking at regulatory frameworks, how to build AI adoption strategies that are tailored to your organization, how to understand the risks when you're implementing AI and what your organization can do to mitigate these risks. The ethical and regulatory and governance landscape for AI is changing. It's changing in the UK and it's changing internationally. So what is it that you need to know about this changing landscape, and how do you get on top of it? Skills and workforce transformation. This is going to be a major area as AI gets implemented. So how do you prepare your teams for AI? When we look at AI procurement and that decision as to whether you buy or build your AI solution, how do you understand your AI supply chain? And so I'll be looking at case studies from organizations that are startups all the way to incumbent organizations that have implemented AI. I'll be talking to people who are at the leading edge of AI, discussing real-world examples and practical advice to help you move from AI curiosity to AI capability. And if some of these issues I've raised today resonate with you and you think are valuable, please subscribe and share the link to this podcast. It helps to reach more leaders like you who are ready to make AI work for their organizations. I will be looking to release a fresh podcast on a fortnightly basis on Thursdays. So you can look forward to that in the coming weeks. And finally, just some thoughts to leave you with. AI is here to stay, and its impact will be felt across every sector. The difference between success and struggle in AI adoption comes down to understanding, preparation, and strategic implementation. And I'm here to make that journey easier for you. So thank you for joining me for this inaugural episode of the AI Adoption Podcast. I'm Professor Ashley Braganza, and I look forward to introducing you to experts from many different fields to guide you through your AI transformation. See you next time, and let the conversations begin.